Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're going to be making this one. We already made all these other ones, okay? So today we're going to be making this one. It is, of course, a big page pocket, right? But it is also a 3-pocket expandable, which is pretty cool. I might have overdone it on the Velcro, but I wanted it to stay how I wanted it to stay, right? And then on the front here, we've got a, see if I can show you, a little 2-pocket expandable. So, and then I just stuck one of the window journal card tags, whatever you want to call that, in behind that, because that's pocket too. Okay, so that's what we're making today. Pretty simple and easy and fun and very functional in a journal. I mean, this is the very last page in this journal to make something on. So, yep, that's very functional. Okay, so it's not hard. Don't think it is. It's pretty simple. I wrote down notes so I don't get lost, because you know I can get lost. Okay, so let's make the big part first. The page is going to be 8.5, which is your width if you're in America or somewhere where you have, you know, U.S. letter size is called. 8.5 is the width of the page this way, right? So we need it to be 10 inches long. Okay. I want to measure this and get it straight. Let me see. This has been such a fun journal to make. I've been wanting to make it for so long because I was doing the 100-day challenge, and well, you know, that took up a lot of time. So now I'm finally making these journals, and they've been so much fun. Okay, so more or less you're taking off 1 inch, okay? More or less. Okay, so there you go. Take that off, get rid of it, and or save it if you save every little piece. I'm using the grid on one side, the grid background page, and then the floral brick grid on the other side, just like throughout the journal. Okay, so but this one is going to be the front that you see. The inside is going to be the grid part. My reasoning for that is that I'm putting it down on the grid background, right? So, and then the inside is the grid pattern, and all the pockets are the grid pattern, you know. So I wanted this to be outside this time. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's get busy with doing our scoring now. Okay, we're going to score, well, we're going to score 1.5. Usually is what I do. Yeah, 1.5. I'm like, well, what did I do on this one? 1.5. Like so. And then we'll fold that up, because I see no reason to, you know, I'll say you got to do a whole bunch of other, I don't do a lot of math in my crafting sometimes, but not usually. So then we're going to go to 4 3/4 straight, hold it straight, 4 3/4, and hold it very still. Okay, now we've got that done, so let's fold that over. Yep, gonna be great. Okay, now we're gonna unfold it and do our quarter inch. If you don't want to put a gusseted pocket behind yours, then, you know, just skip this part. I wanted to put you know, that gusseted pocket behind there. Now, of course, there won't be a gusset at the bottom, like the one we did before. There was no gusset at the bottom because you've got this folded, right? And you've got this folded. So that's going to go down flat, which is fine. It's fine. Our side gussets are going to give us a little bit of room in the pocket. So that gives us a little bit of options, right? Okay. Where's my scissors? We're going to take, if you're doing this, you can see the score line. After you've done your 1/4 inch, you can see that score line. Just take from the score line. Sure you can see the score line. Take from the score line and just take that little wedge out on both sides. Okay? And wherever they went, pick them up because they'll cause you problems later. I'll find mine in a second. But yeah, you want to take those out and get rid of them. Not needed. And this gives you the where to cut and where to stop points, okay? Okay, I'll find them. Okay, so these are the ones we're going to keep. The ones, let me show you. The ones in the middle, we're going to keep those for our gussets, okay? This we're going to cut off, and this we're going to cut off. Not this, okay? Now, we're just going to carefully place this on here straight and just whack it off. Like so. Don't do that. And like so. Okay. And, you know, get rid of these because, yep. I don't like them hanging around because they do get somewhere you don't want them to be, and then they'll be glued down to something, and that's annoying. Right? Okay, here we go. From there over. And hold it still, you silly. Okay, let me get it back to the right place. There. Alright, now we've got it. It's very similar to what we did last time, only instead of putting all the flips and stuff like that, we're making an expandable, right? Pretty simple. Now we're going to fold these gussets back because this is the pocket, right? So we're going to get these out of the way right off. Yep. Okay. Also, I'm going to do that little bit of rounding up here. So that, I don't know, I just like it rounded. You can leave it square. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me get these out of the way because, yes, as I have explained, they will get somewhere you don't want them to be. Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and put our tape here because if I don't, I'll forget and then everything will be all lumpy bumpy with me trying to put tape on there. That's what happens. I don't like lumpy bumpy. If I can help it, I work around that. Do things before it gets lumpy bumpy. You know? Okay, now this is the top and it's also the top of our pocket, right? So this is the bottom and we want to put tape across here. Yep, because it's going to go flat down on the page. Yep, I can talk and do stuff at the same time every now and then. Every now and then. Give that a squash down because, yep, we want adherence. Okay, now we're ready to start building this, right? Okay, I didn't want to make this so long this time. I'm trying to not be so long. Okay, so I've got 2 of them done, and we're going to do the other one together, okay? It is 7 by 8.5. So we're keeping our length of our page here. This is our length, and this is our 7. Pretty sure. We'll measure it just to be for sure. Okay, yep, that's 7 going this way. And this is 8.5 going this way, right? So what we're going to do is bring our scoreboard in, and we're going to score that 1/4 inch on the side, which is here, right? No, which is here. Whew. Okay. On the 8.5, you're just going to score there and there. And by doing that, you've got 1/4 inch off, 1/4 inch off, and that brings you down to 8 inches wide for your pocket, which is what's going to fit in our... Now, what I just did was just take and fold it over, right? It's pretty simple. Fold it over on itself. You don't have to really score that or anything like that. It's just, you know, do that. Okay, so back to taking these off, right? And these, because you don't want, you know, problems up there. Okay. Now, I'm going to dump these in the trash. Okay. Alright, so we've got little pieces everywhere. So we've got this, and what we're going to do now is cut these off that we don't need. When you're making these pockets and you want them to be gusseted, that's great. But one side has got to get cut off. One gusset, right? Okay. And make sure you cut off the same side on both of them, right? That one, so we're going to turn it over and cut that one, because it's the same side, right? Or use your scissors, whatever works for you. Wow, get out of there. Okay, so now that we've got that done, move that out of the way again. I know it's a lot of putting that in the thing and out of the... That's why I did the other 2 off camera, because, yeah, these are easy. They're really easy to do, but you do kind of need a scoreboard and a paper trimmer. You can do it without, for sure, but it's, you know, pulling it in and out of the camera gets to be monotonous, I guess. Anyways, so we're just going to do this number, right? And squash that tape down. Always remember, if you're using the double-sided tape, to give it a good squash down, because that's important. Now, I'm not inking these because they're going inside that pocket, so I'm good with that. They'll look fine inside there. I only do one side at a time, and I haven't used my glue this morning. Let's hope it's friendly. Okay. Yep, friendly enough. Okay. Alright, yep, just do one side at a time, because it can get, you know, difficult to do both at the same time. I wouldn't do that. You know, I don't like to sabotage myself. So let's give this a roll. Okay. Alright, next. So now if you have this digital kit, thank you, you can use these same papers and make it exactly the way I'm making it if you'd like. But if you don't, you can always use whatever whatever you want to use, whatever your style, or just whatever you have on hand, right? So we've got this one, and it's got, okay, this one's got tape on this side and this side, not this side because it's got on there, and you're going to be putting it together. This one's got it on this side, so this one needs it on this side, or one side, okay? So what I'm going to do is, like I said, we've got to 8, right? Because we took quarter off. So we're going with 4. And I'm going to put some tape on here. Yep. I'm trying to get it in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. No, it doesn't. But it's good to get it a little bit straight-ish, you know? Okay, now we're ready to put these together and put them in there, right? Okay, so here we go. Here we go. And I'm having technical difficulties. Don't you know it? Hold on a sec. And we're back. I hope we're back for, you know, good. Okay, so on this one we got the tape on the front and the back. We're going to leave that one, but we're going to take this one off. Because this one's going to stick onto there, right? I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the situation just because is a good reason. Okay. Now we're going to give that a second as we take this one off to stick it to that one. And add a little glue again, just to help it along. It might get a lot of use. If you think something's going to get a lot of use, then do extra fortifications, right? Make sure it's got a lot of things to hold it together. Okay? Alright, so now we've got this, right? So this is going to go in here. Get it positioned. Let me fold that backwards so maybe you can see what I'm doing. Get it positioned in there, even on both sides. Now mine's going to have lace on it, so there's not a big deal about if something's not quite exactly straight, because lace, you know, covers a bunch of stuff. But anyways, get this in here and down at the bottom, right? Equal on both sides, if you can see that. And then hold it still on one side, right? And take the tape off. Put the little bit of glue there. Just a little. And then fold this over, right? Yep. Now once we get that one on there, we're not going to pull these. When you're putting this together and it's still, you know, fresh in its new place, don't pull on it. Because it could come apart on you. Okay? So let's do this one. That one's already in the right place because we placed the back. So now if you're noticing, you'll see that there's a little gap here, and that's exactly why you put it in there first and get it situated, because it is going to have that little bit of a gap down at the bottom. It'll naturally happen. You don't have to really do anything to make that happen. It just will, because you're putting these pockets in there, and they're gonna have a little bit of a space there, and that's fine. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay, we've got this part. Okay, now what we're gonna do is the little one, the front the front expandable. Is that what we're going to call it? As soon as I find my pieces for that. Okay. Getting that out of the way. Okay. We've got, I'm only putting 2 in this little front one. So this is what we're going to make. I've got this cut out. It is, I'll put the measurements in the description box, but yeah, it's 3 inches wide, 11 inches tall. So this is just the width of your page, right? And 3 inches wide. I scored 1/4 inch on both sides, okay? So that's pretty simple. Yep. This is the casing for the outside, all right? Don't let me confuse you. If you get confused, you can ask questions. I'm good with that. So this is the outside part, okay? That's going to hold the expandable pockets. They will sit down in there like so. Okay. All right. So again, 1/4 inch scoring on both sides. And I more or less kind of eyeballed this. When I folded this over, I wanted it to have, you know, room between the top fold down and this part. Does that make sense? So I left about 1/2 inch, if you can see, about 1/2 inch up here. So that worked for me. All right, this is 1 inch. You score that, fold it up, and then, you know, fold this to where you want it to be. Yep. It's 11 inches, so just fold it to where you want it to be. All right. Okay, let's make it. Maybe it'll make more sense. Hopefully I'm making sense. I hope. All right, we got to get our case made. Get our gussets folded in. Get this stuff out of the way. And it's the same that we just made, only, you know, only smaller. So, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Expandable pockets are not hard to make. They're pretty easy to make once you get your system worked out on what you're doing, how big you want them to be, and all that stuff, right? Okay, so now we've got those ready to fold up and such. We only need these gussets here, so we're going to take these and these off. Hopefully I'm making sense. I hope. I can get some stuff out of my way. I can use my desk a little better. Okay, so we're going to go, oh, let me do my, I was looking for my thing that I didn't do, because I didn't do it. It wasn't there. Take that little notch off, just a little bit, there and there, and here and here. Okay, now that works. Get that out of the way. Again, we're going to take off just make sure you hold these still when you're working on them. You're going to take that one off and turn it around and take this one off. Okay, right there. Okay, got that. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back at it. I'm just going to use the scissors to do this one because it's short. I just have to get it at an angle where I can see what I'm doing, right? There we go. Okay. All right, now we've got this, and these gussets are going to go back here, right? Because that's going to be our pocket. Where'd I put that? Then this will slide right in there. Okay? It's a thing. Okay. I'm going to take the little-ish one and do that. That didn't do much. That still didn't do much. I want a round. Okay? Okay. Now we've got a round. Okay. Put our tape on here so we don't forget and everything gets lumpy bumpy on us. Alright. But yeah, these are easy to do. Super simple. But they look really good in a journal. And they give lots of room to put lots of things, right? I think they do. Okay, let's get that squashed down. And that'll be out of our way. Yep. Okay, now, this is our casing for our pockets. Okay, here we go again. Now, where'd I put that one? This one I made off camera. So what we're going to do is just fold that up. Make sure it's the same. Yep, same. And then we're going to, once again, take those little corners off. And I'm going to take these off too, so yeah, easier to put it together to do that. Okay, now we've got all these little things to pick up again. Okay, there we go. All right, and again, we're not going to need both hinges. We're going to take one side off. Okay, so we're going to get it right there, as straight as possible. Yep, as straight as possible, and do that. So, and when I was doing the other one, I did a dummy mistake. I went ahead and cut myself, but that's okay. That's what we put into our work, right? Blood, sweat, and tears. It's not funny, but you know what I mean. Yep, it is what it is. Stuff like that happens, and you just go, well, okay, whatever. I'm gonna start from here. It's no big deal. I have done that many times. I'm sure it won't be the last time I do it, so it's a thing. Okay, we're gonna fold that in and fold that in. So if you guys do that, you let me know if you accidentally harm yourself during crafting. I can't be the only one. Or maybe I am. I'm pretty special sometimes. Okay. Anyways, I've snipped myself with my scissors. I've done a lot of things that you go, really? How can you be that talented, you know? So yeah, but life goes on and we do stuff, right? We keep doing it because what we make is really awesome. Yeah. Or I think it is. I have a lot of fun doing it. Even if I get injured, it doesn't matter. I just, you know, it's fun. Okay, now let's get this straight-ish on there. Okay. Or paper cuts. I mean paper crafting. You're going to get some paper cuts, right? Woo. The stories we could tell. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we won't tell them, but you know, it happens. So if you're a new person to paper crafting, and you think, oh, I'm just a big klutz or something, and you're not. It's normal. It's normal. We do that kind of thing, and then we just, you know, move on. All right, once again, we're going to do our tape to put these together. We've got 2.5. I think I worked out before that it was 1 1/4. So let's do that, making sure I'm straight over here. Yep, 1 1/4 pencil there, and 1 1/4 straight there. You don't have to be too precise. You can eyeball this if you want. I've done that many times. I'm just being a little bit persnickety with these. I want them to be really, really good, right? There. And there. Then, guess what? We're going to turn it over and do this one, because you're going to be putting it on the front and the back. Okay, you've got to have something to adhere to. I'll show you. Might be easier to show you than try to explain it. I don't know. Maybe it's easier to, I don't know what it is. Anyways, we're going to do this. Okay, squashing our tape down. Yep, and then here. Now you notice there's not one here, okay? Because this one's going to stick to this one. This one's going to stick to the front of the back, and then this one's going to stick to the front of the back, right? Okay. Let's put them together and then we'll move on. Okay. I like doing expandables. Fun and easy. And they look really great. Make sure the top of your pocket and the top of your pocket is together. I've actually, you know, talking about boo-boos and things like that, I've actually put them together before, be in a hurry, you know, trying to get prepped for something, and I put one with the top up this way and one with the top down that. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's not. Now you can do that for other things, not this. Just saying. Okay. All right, let me get this in here, and we're going to do our hold it still method, right? Because we're going to have it this way. Let me fold that back so you can see. We're going to do that. Get it even in there where it's sitting just right, okay? And then we're going to lay it down here and hold it still. As you see, there's that space down there. It just naturally happens, and you want it to, because yeah, it can get, I don't know, complicated if you don't have that little space down there for things to, you know, expand into. Okay. All right. Did I get that straight? Okay, that went a little wonky on me, but that's okay. We got it now. Okay, let's do our front. Yep. Okie dokie. There. Now. Yep. Get that like so. Now, once again, I'm not going to pull on it. You can see the 2 pockets are in there. You know, you saw me put them in there. So we're going to let it, you know, hang out and be settling in. Get good adherence on it. These will go in here like so. And, you know, of course the Velcros are going to go here. I'm going to lace all this up off camera. And then I'll put it in as I did the last one. Just, this is the top. It's going this way instead of that way, right? So that's how to make it. And since this video is getting so long, I'm going to just do the rest of it off camera. This is what it's going to end up looking like, again, because, you know, it's what I did. So you've got your expandables going like so. We've got our little thing that's there. It says memories. Put family up here. And we've got our expandable here. See, once you get them in there, you can give them a tug. They're fine, but not when it's all wet and stuff. Just saying. Okay, so now I'm not finished, and I'll show you in the next video that I got that one in. But I mean, I did this one, so you know I'm gonna do that one. But we're gonna go back and do some stacked image pockets and things like that on a couple of these pages. So I'm not finished with the video series for this yet. We're getting closer, but not quite yet, okay? So that's how you put those expandables together. You have really cool stuff. You can put loads of stuff in there. I put 3 Velcros on that. Like I said, I might have went overboard. I don't know. It's going to have a lot in it, or in my little mind, I think it's going to have a lot in it. So I wanted to give it extra security, right? Okay. So that's what we did. And I'll, of course, decorate it. You can decorate this anyhow you want. You can, you know, fussy cut stuff out from the kit. Or if you don't have the kit, just, you know, fussy cut stuff out from whatever. Or put stickers on it. You can do that. Pretty simple. This with this makes this. Okay. All right. I hope you guys hung around with me on this one. It's been a little arduous. I don't know why. Technical difficulties and, you know, injuries and such. You guys take care. Please like and subscribe, pretty please. Thanks for watching. TTFN.